It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. You're just in time because we are joined by author, relationship and personal empowerment coach, Shelley Lewin. And we are about to explore the journey of self-love through self-mentorship. Now, hopefully during our conversation, we can, discover empowering insights and tools to cultivate a deeper sense of self-compassion and growth. Shelley, it's always so great to have you here.
Thank you, Zoe.
I feel
Lovely.
like we always unpack some layers to ourselves thanks to your help.
Thank you.
And today is all about self-love, but also through self-mentorship. How would you define self-mentorship?
So I would say self-mentorship is around taking full ownership, 100% responsibility for the choices that you make in your life, and realizing that each of us is actually the director, the producer, the scriptwriter, the main actor, the main character in our life story. So sometimes we behave as if we're the sidekick or the love interest, and we don't make choices that are best for us or that empower us, is that we put other people and their well-being or their priority. We sacrifice our sanity, our dignity, our well-being, and so for me, self-mentorship is about taking 100% ownership. And you can't always choose the circumstances that happen to you, but you can choose how you respond to the circumstances. And that is for me what self-mentorship is about. It's about being your own best friend.
And putting yourself in that lead role, that being the lead character in your own story.
Exactly.
And I love that you said that, because that, I think, something a lot of us struggle with is you put everyone else first and you never look at yourself. Now, when it comes to being objective, and I think I'm one of those individuals that would struggle. So in the sense where you have to, through teaching self-mentorship and your clients perhaps struggle with some objectivity, how would you encourage them to still be able to look at themselves, but without being too harsh?
Okay, so I agree. I think it is quite difficult to see oneself as you say, in an objective way. So I would start by recognizing that all of us have got blind spots. There's all things that we don't know about ourselves. And so in many ways, that's why it's helpful to take a moment to be self-reflective and to think to yourself in any situation, if this was my best friend, what would I say to my best friend? We often have the best advice and guidance and mentorship for people who we really care about. And so if you can put yourself in that role and say, right, think of this person that you have in mind who's very dear to your heart, who you care deeply about. If this was them, what would I be saying to them? And whatever advice you would be giving to them, you then apply to yourself.
And it will be kinder and great advice that you always give to everyone else but yourself.
Exactly. And I think that self-mentorship is really around leadership, ownership, taking ownership and seeing yourself as the lead role and not accepting anything that's going to jeopardize the sanctity of your own emotional well-being, physical well-being, intellectual well-being, psychological, spiritual as well.
Definitely. Now, where do we draw the line between, self-improvement, but also self-acceptance? There's such a fine line between, yes, we want to push ourselves and be better, but we're not striving for perfection.
Yes, no, it's a great question.
Then where do you draw the line between self-accepting your limits?
Yeah, so I would say it's one of those paradoxes. We live in this world of duality, which is black and white, left and right, light and dark, good and bad, and those are often opposite sides of the same coin. So I would say that striving and self-improvement is one side, self-acceptance is the other. So if you think of it as a continuum, we can either be striving so hard and reaching for excellence all the time and push ourselves to exhaustion and burnout, or we're just taking it easy and self-accept everything. So I would say it's around finding the balance point between those two. Instead of duality, think of it as trinity. There's a balance point in the middle.
I love that. Thank you, Shelley. Well, you're not going anywhere because we have lots to unpack. Your incredible new book that we want to hear more about. So stay tuned to your Feel Good Breakfast show. Shelley Lewin will be with us, so you do not want to miss out on anything.